No, I don't like to do that.
Welcome to Dirty Tea Podcast. This is your girl V Savage, and today we are talking about self-love. We have joyful wealth coach Betty Dang here with us.
Hi, everyone.
Thanks for coming. And we have, backed by popular demand, Steppa from Go Through Podcast.
Yes, sir. From the Go Through Podcast, I'm back.
I am so happy you're back.
Yes.
My ratings will go back up.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking
These
about.
dirty motherfuckers have been missing my boy Steppa.
I'm here. I'm definitely here. Yes, sir. I like this.
So we were, before we even started today, we were talking about what's the right way to say it? Shaman or shaman?
The shaman.
The shaman. Yeah. And
Shaman is where you go when you need self-love.
Self-love. That's a different type of self-love.
Yes.
What exactly do they do for you, though?
So a shaman helps you connect to your soul.
Got it.
We're all on a spiritual journey, and our soul has a purpose here. So it's like a game we play with ourselves. We're like, we put out a plan of what we're going to do on Earth, and we're going to get reborn and forget it all.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and then the whole time, we're just trying to figure out, what did I forget? So that's your purpose.
Yeah.
So the game is that all these things happen in your life. And so I can measure someone's journey based on the things that are happening in their life right now. It's a result of the spirit guides pushing the soul to remember who they are. So, for example, 2 people in my life and my team very close to me just experienced father deaths.
Oh, wow.
When death is there, it's about transformation. Death is about change. It changes everything around you, how you feel.
Right.
It takes everything and it just evolves, right? The soul is here to evolve. And you have to discover love again, because you lose a piece of yourself when you have a death in the family or death of a loved one. And then you have to fill that space again with love.
Oh, so you're saying it kind of like when you're gone, you're past, your soul reincarnates into something else, and then you're trying to figure out what your soul was there for again.
Yeah. So, like, for example, some of us are here for for example, they're here to probably do something big in their life, and it's time to change. Probably because they were content with their life where it is, and they're not living with the purpose. So the death of the father drives them to push harder towards their purpose, because now they can't stay where they are. Everything's changed. They have to change. So they have to figure out the pieces and move forward with that. And usually you will find yourself on a spiritual journey, because you start to question why God would take away something when everything's just perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
But we're not here to be content. We're here to fight change. When we're experiencing those type of young deaths and different things like that, like my husband was murdered.
Oh, wow.
Hold on, your husband was murdered?
Yes, my husband was murdered 11 years ago.
11 years ago?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And in my journey, I'm just starting to reconnect with him now.
So you actually reconnect. You feel his presence.
His presence and understanding. Like, I went through a series of inner child healings the last couple weeks. It just happens, when you're on that journey, you meet people that will open up that space for you to heal.
Okay.
Like just people that you meet. I won a contest, so I won an inner child healing. I had no idea I was going to connect with my husband during that healing, and I did, and I learned things about him.
So when you say, hold on, when you say connect, like you're saying like you actually could hear him talking, you feel him there, you see him. When you say connect, what exactly do you mean when you say connect?
That's a very good question. Mm-hmm. That is a very good question. So connecting means you're able to receive and feel him and receive messages, right? Mm-hmm. So my shaman, my healer, she said that she's led me through this meditation to my inner child, and she said your spirit guides are here and there's a man here for you. It's like,
So did she give you the messages?
She gave me the messages. Through
that happened to me too. Same thing.
So
same
like
thing.
I knew instantly it was him.
Yes.
But I was just like I just paused, right? Because that's how my personality is. And she's like, he's of Asian descent. And then I asked, is he tall? Because that's very distinct about my husband. He's a very tall Asian.
Okay. Tall Asian.
Yeah.
That's very distinctive. That's very distinctive. A tall Asian, kudos to him.
Yeah, he's a tall Asian.
Okay. All right. Mm-hmm.
So, what are other ways that you can get on the right path in your journey? Like, what are things you can do with the shaman or on your own?
So I always tell people, that's a really good question, right? There are things that you can do on your own. Usually when you're like on a spiritual journey, you feel that calling. You get drawn to like full moons, new moons, witches, vampires. You get drawn to like mystic, like myths. Greek myths, gods and goddesses.
Yeah, love that shit.
You just
too.
like
that's crazy. Me too.
Right? You because those are probably part of your, like when you get drawn to gods and goddesses, it's probably part of your past lives. We've all had past lives on Earth before, and we get drawn to these cultures and these things that we've lived our lives before, right? Some of us have been here many times. And some of us are very new. And what I find is like when you're on that journey, you get signs. Like you start to see repeating numbers everywhere. Like your receipt comes to 1111.
555 has been my number.
555, right?
555 has been my number.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
My number is always
555 is the number
all the time.
I've been seeing. And I researched it because I read I don't know if you are aware of a book by Gary Zukav, Seed of the Soul.
Not yet.
And he's covering a lot of what you're saying, like basically saying that this right here where we at is an earth school,
right,
where we're put here, like we actually chose the life we're going through. We actually chose to go through this, you know, to evolve the soul.
Right.
And the thing that you were saying is like, so you have to like things you go through in this lifetime. Like I'm like, why the hell did I go through this? You don't know the karma debt that you're owed for something you did many centuries ago. Right. You know, that happened and you have so
I must have fucked up
that's
a
what
lot.
I'm saying. Me too. What I'm saying is, you know, what happens is the soul has to evolve. And what happens is you assign a personality. That's what's Gary Zukav. And you assign a personality. And things that you may go through in this lifetime, you may ask yourself like, damn, why am I going through this? Like, why am I, you know, why is my mother like this? Or why is my brother treating like... And
exactly.
It might not make sense to you, but you don't understand that some of those karmic debts is due for something that happened many centuries ago.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Like everything you asked to experience, you experienced this lifetime. Like it was very hard for me to grasp the concept that my husband died. First of all, he died doing exactly what he did love doing. And he asked to do this so that it would wake me up. Like this is a sacrifice he made in this lifetime to feel that pain and to experience that pain so that I would be able to move forward to do what I have to do going forward. You know, like my purpose on this earth is very big. Sometimes it's overwhelming, but it's you're dealt with things that you can handle because you chose it. Like you said, we're here to learn.
Yes.
Yeah, I
We
want to chose this
it.
bullshit.
No, you chose it.
You chose
You
it.
be savage.
You chose it.
You chose. The thing is, you know what's so intriguing to me is the fact that, we chose to go through what we go through in this lifetime, and the fact that we don't remember it. Like, it's so. I mean, can you reach a point where that you actually? I want to reach the point where I understand that. Hold on, let me try to wrap my mind around what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is I'm trying to come to the point where I'm aware of and understand that I'm the one that chose to go through. I'm the one that chose to have my mother. I'm the one that chose to find out that, because I just found out that the person who I thought was my father, not my father, is somebody else who's died. So I chose that to go through to evolve my soul. So that's why I want to do the frog, and I want to do I don't care what I got to do, the frog, the toad, the roach, the dog.
Roach.
I don't care what I just want to get to the point where
we have to experience our pain to get to unconditional love.
exactly, and that's
And that is the topic today is about self-love, right? So when we talk about self-love, we have to embrace our pain.
okay.
That's facts. Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
So it's a lot sometimes to embrace your pain. But I still cry every day, even though I know, not every day, but like a lot. It's just part of growing because I have survivor's guilt. I'm still doing the things that we talked about in our dreams, even though after he died.
But that's how he lives on, though.
He lives on.
Yeah,
I always
true.
I put it. So this July I incorporated our company and our coaching, and I named it Fly Over TNT.
Fly over. That's the name yet? Yeah.
Yeah, Fly Over TNT. Like, I go by Betty Dang Coaching for the social media and stuff because I can't put TNT in social media. It
Okay.
did not dawn on me there. But that was his screen name.
Okay.
And I didn't understand what it meant to him until now. Like, Fly Over TNT is like talking about life. He came from Vietnam to here. He's an immigrant. It was hard for him to grow up here and to adapt here. He didn't have a job, and it was like literally like flying over TNT. When I left my 6-figure job and started all over, went homeless, and started
Hold, let's backtrack. Don't breeze over that. So hold up. Let's dissect what you just said. You
Rewind.
said you left your 6-figure job
Yes.
and went homeless.
Yes.
Okay,
How the
let's
hell?
explain how you went from 6 figures to homeless. What happened in between there?
A lot of things. I was just emotional. So I left my job because I was burnt out. My husband had died for 2
And
years.
what job was this that
So
you were
my
doing?
corporate accounting job in reinsurance accounting.
Okay.
So just so like it's reinsurance accounting is $1 billion industry. We sell insurance to the insurance companies.
Okay.
While I was there, I was in charge of consolidating the business for our new merger. So I consolidated satellite insurance business. So I'm very like well versed in the world.
Okay.
So I was 20-something years old doing some very big high end
That's
work.
crazy.
And
Yeah, right.
like very high end, high security work. I didn't realize how high security it was until I left the job. I didn't realize who I was until I left the job. That I was doing the job of 3 people. That when I left, I had to train 3 people to do my job. That's pretty bad, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel your pain. I'm
Yeah.
not on that molecular level.
So I was
But
burnt out.
I
I
get it.
left, and I gambling also runs in my family. So
Are you a gambler?
I'm a gambler.
What you play?
Blackjack.
There you
Oh,
go. Okay, you're
that'll
black.
get you.
So I'm a blackjack player. And I won an invite-only Baccarat tournament, if you know
Okay.
Baccarat.
I don't know what that is.
I don't even know how to play it that well. But I won first place.
Yay!
Okay, hey.
Look, there you
Okay.
go.
But I
Okay.
used the blackjack skills to play the game as well.
Okay.
Because blackjack, I think, is a long-term skill game. If we want to talk about it, it takes patience, and if you understand how to ride the waves. It's just like a business cycle. You have ups and downs. You can't win every hand, no, dumbass. Like, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, people go in there like, I'm going to win 14 hands in a row. No, you're not. You're going to win 3 hands in a row max. So if you keep counting 3-2, 3-2 and lower your bets based on those types of like analytics, you're going to have a better chance than trying to win 14 hands in a row.
Huh.